Welcome back to Pretty Smart, everybody. We are here with Natalie, September, Keziah, Dre, and well, Ellie's here, but she's gonna pop in and out. I think she's still dealing with that Boost mobile internet, so we'll see her in a second. And today we're to she popped in as soon as I said her name. Look at her. What'd you say about me? What was said? Y'all should tell her what was said. We're talking about girl code today. What did I just say about her? Go ahead, let her know.
He said you have
Talking about your Wi-Fi.
So today we talk about girl code. So I had people email, text, and send in questions for you guys to discuss. But before we get into that, um, what does girl code mean to y'all, and why shouldn't it be broken?
I feel like girl code is like unsaid rules between female friendships. I mean, not. I think that is basically what it is. And like I said, they're unspoken, but you know the limits and what not to do, and yeah, pretty much.
It's the do's and the don'ts, and you should not discuss nothing. Zip it up. If they say don't say it, don't say it. It's the girls' code for a reason.
Right.
I feel like girl code is definitely overall just me knowing that my friend has my back no matter what.
And
Yeah,
yes.
I think that knowing that I have that one person in my corner that I can trust no matter what, that's what girl code is to me.
It's
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Right. I believe girl code is safe. My secrets are safe with you. I can say what I want to say, without being judged. And just I know that my secrets are safe with you. And I know when to speak and when not to speak.
Yes. Agree.
That reminds me of that song. I won't tell your secrets. Your secrets are safe with me. I can't sing, y'all. So don't worry
Trust
about it.
is important.
Well, let's talk about the first one that's going to come up. First girl code. Because Natalie said it's the unspoken rules, but hey, some people who don't grow up with a lot of female friends, they may not know the unspoken rules. So they're like looking at you like, how am I supposed to know that? Right? It's just something you learn. Friendship and loyalty. This first one. No dating your friend's ex. If she loved him, he's off limits, period.
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 Yeah.
I agree.
That's
I agree.
And heavy on like if she loved him and you know that she loved him, even if it's like been years and y'all are still friends and it has been years since they've been broken up, whatever, it would be weird for you to pop out with that man. Like knowing that they had a past and how much she was in him, like even if it was years ago and y'all are still like that.
No.
Yeah. Especially if you've seen them through all of their trials and tribulations and you still decide to go after that person after they break up.
Now, if it's somebody, I don't know about this for me, but if it was like if I had dated a guy and I didn't really care for him that much and it was like short and like a long time ago and I genuinely did not care and I let her know that, then that's kind of like another story. But like if you know your friend loves someone like that, then
See, I
not.
because as a friend, like I don't want what you was looking at or touching or
Right. See,
loving on or date. Like
No.
it's too many. It's so many men in this world, and I know like the ratio,
right.
like like this, but it's like there's so many men. Like, why are you looking at something that I was dating? Like that's for me. That's number one. Like we don't see eye to eye.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm
I'm not
You
saying
gotta
I would
find
do
it.
that, but if it was like one of my friends and like it was a guy that I maybe had a tiny bit of history with, but I didn't genuinely did not care for him at all, and it was like a while ago. If it was someone else doing that to me, like, and I let them know I don't care, then like that's cool. But
I
I
have a
personally don't
question.
think I.
I have a
I don't
question.
know.
The
I
key
feel like
word is loved.
that's
Wait,
still
hold on.
weird to
I
me.
have
I
a
feel like
question
if
that
you know that your friend was with that man in any way, shape, or form, I just wouldn't even look at that.
No.
Wouldn't go
Mm-mm.
far.
question because I think I know what Natalie is kind of saying. So this was 2021, and one of my people that I know through mutually, they called me and they're like, "Hey, why didn't you tell me such and such was your ex?" And I'm over here talking to them. I said, it's 2020. We broke up in 2007. I don't care. Like, it's almost 20 years ago. I don't give a damn. Is that kind of like what you're talking about, Natalie?
Yeah, I mean, if it was like a long time ago, and I like, if it was someone I didn't actually love, and I didn't really, I wasn't that into them in the first place. We, not even if I like was in like a serious relationship with them. If I genuinely did not care and I was not in love with them, it was kind of more just in the moment, like for fun, I would say, like, and I genuinely didn't care. Then and it was a long time ago. I really, for
You
me,
all
and someone
agree.
else.
You all
Basically,
agree.
you're just saying you wouldn't care, but you wouldn't do that.
I
You
would,
you
yes, I
wouldn't
wouldn't
care.
care, but I don't think I would not do that. But I wouldn't care, like, if it was one of my friends, like, you know,
I think you all
Mhm.
agree that you don't mess with somebody's ex or ex ex. But is there a number of exes? Doesn't matter because, like, for instance, me and that person, I'm like, I've had I've had 9 exes between me and the person you're talking about. I could care less what the
right?
ex 9 exes ago
Yeah,
is
we wouldn't
doing.
care. I wouldn't care, but at the same time, I wouldn't look at that person like a friend. Like you
Yeah,
wouldn't be a friend to me.
yeah,
To me, it's that's the code that you don't break. Like I don't care what the situation is, even if you even like or whatever happened. Nah, that's just it's just off limits. But
I
I
Mhm.
get what you're saying.
I
That's
Right.
one hundred
I
percent.
feel
You
like
wouldn't
it
care.
completely
But
depends.
especially if it's not one of my like close friends that would have done that, like, I would find it maybe a little more weird if it was one of my close friends that was like around during that time period. But if it's like one of my friends that is just kind of like we're not really close, more of like an acquaintance
Yeah.
type thing, then
Is there any situation where, because I'm not disagreeing with anything you guys say, it's something you normally don't do. I feel like some circumstances happens. Like I have a friend who was dating someone. It didn't work out between him and her. And one of her friends, and it wasn't a bad guy because she's one of those people. If it was a terrible guy, she wouldn't want any friend to date him anyway. But they just seem to be perfect together, and she gave them their blessing. They've all been friends, but they've been married for 7 years now. But I think that's very rare, though.
Yeah, that's rare.
very.
Yeah.
That's rare to happen. I don't know. I guess the years that I was brought up, like that just wasn't something that was like cool. But things that's going on nowadays,
It's
do
crazy.
y'all know that girl? I forget her name.
People
She's
dating.
some basketball player's daughter, like an old NBA player. She Amber, maybe something. I don't know. She got with she had a baby, and her baby daddy were not together, but she anymore. But she stole her sister's ex man, who was best friends with her baby daddy.
Oh no,
I don't know if I can't remember her name. That's crazy to me.
crazy.
interesting.
Is that are those
Natalie's been
basketball
knowing
players,
all the tea.
or was that like the Wayne's niece or something like that?
What'd you say?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I think the
Dwayne is it the guys the dad's name's Dwayne not Johnson. Wait,
he's a basketball player, but it's the cousins, or I think they were sisters. Like it's the
yeah,
Wayne.
they're sisters,
The
and
Wayne
one of the
twins.
sisters, yeah, the sisters were dating these two. The sisters were dating two best friends, and then one of them had a baby with one of the guys. They broke up, and then the other sister broke up with the other guy. And then the sister with the baby got with her sister's
Ex
ex, who was best friends with her baby daddy.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's trash.
that's
That's a
crazy.
lot. That
And
sounds
it
like a
wasn't
whole
even
lot
that long
going
ago.
on.
Like, that's crazy.
That's
That's
because I like no.
And that's your sister. Like, that's your
yeah,
blood
that's
sister.
not.
Like,
I would never do that to my sister. Like that is crazy. Like, but that's not Hollywood. That's
Yeah, exactly. How would you even expect to interact with your sister after that?
right.
you probably wouldn't.
No.
What you gonna say?
Mm-mm.
Oh
She
yeah, this bell is gonna let y'all know when the next one's up for y'all.
Okay. I didn't hear, but this year, oh, yes, I'm stepping up. I'm stepping up for my best friend.
period.
Oh yes, I'm
Yeah.
defending my friend in public, no matter what.
And if
Same.
I'm
someone
defending
doesn't
you if
judge
you're
that,
defending me.
Period.
if
Right,
you're but if your
right.
friend, if you're obviously kind of like, if you're not in the wrong and you're kind of getting put on blast by someone and
Yeah.
you're trying to stick up for yourself and someone else, if it's like your best friend and they're not, and you're
Hmm.
obviously trying and someone's like, is keeping like coming at you and stuff, I think that's weird. Like, why are you not like even saying anything? Like, you're just, and especially if it gets to a
Sometimes
certain
people be
point, like,
scary though. Sometimes people be scared, like in certain situations, and they're not a fighter. They're
I
not a
just,
fighter, and they're not like they may not get down like that.
it's
But
just
when
the
it
fact.
comes to like a true friend or somebody that I'm hanging with, and we out, and if somebody's trash talking and saying stuff, oh, we all saying something. We all saying
right.
something, or I'm not gonna trust the fact of you even being a friend to me.
Mhm.
I don't even want that kind of friend, honestly. I don't even.
No, I need somebody that I know.
Yeah, like, and the thing is speaking up is not fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
And yeah,
Hmm.
I'm
I
not talking
agree.
about fist
That's
fight,
fact.
but
if I'm speaking up for you, like that doesn't mean like I want to be confrontational or I want to fight you. Like it's just like this is my friend, this is my best friend. Like you, not too much on my friend.
Yeah.
right.
That doesn't mean like I want to fight you. It's just like hold on, this is my friend. Like you're doing a little bit too much.
It's
Yes.
respecting. I feel like if you respect your friend, you are not also someone else who is hurting. Period.
Right.
100%.
Ellie, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
my bad.
breaking up
Yeah,
a
you
little bit.
break it.
And do you feel like even if, especially if it's strangers, not like it's your friend dealing with something with a bunch of the friend circle, but like if it's strangers, even if your friend is wrong, like defend her in public and then in secret say, "Hey, hey, girl, like don't do that."
Yeah,
Right.
like you don't have to like, just speak up and say a little something. Nothing too crazy if they're like technically in the wrong. Maybe nothing too crazy, but just like calm the situation down at least. You don't even have to. I mean,
Yeah, like we ain't gotta get to that. Like we all
Yeah.
grown.
like
If
Right.
I know that my friend is in the wrong, I'll still defend them. I'll let them know, hey, chill out. You were in the wrong about this. I'm not going to embarrass them,
Yeah.
Right.
but I will let them know, hey, you were in the wrong. I'm still in your corner, but let's correct for in the future so this doesn't happen again.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I agree.
Well, it depends. It depends on whatever it is, but at all times, yes.
I got my
So,
friends back.
Mhm. Mm.
hmm
That's a good one. That's a good
100%.
right
That's
now.
one. Always.
The
that's the
only
reason she
thing
gave you the secret.
The only thing I will say, if someone's in danger, if your friend, if something, it's like, if someone's in danger and it's something that like authority or like somebody else would need to know to protect the friend, yes. But, it's
I
kind of like,
don't know, Natalie. Ellie gonna be like, Natalie, I'm telling you, I'm finna go and snatch Dre's wig off. Don't let her know I'm on my way.
oh,
You,
but I'm saying
you,
like, if
you
I'm
can't be
thinking about like,
You can't be calling Dre and be like, look, Ellie is on the way.
no, but like, what if I'm thinking of like outside the box situations? Like, if it was like, if she was with a guy and she didn't want people to know, but he's abusing her and it gets to a point where you think the dude might
Yeah,
kill
like a
her, then
secret like that.
yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, you
Yeah, that's
should.
different. That's
Yeah.
different.
But like other than that, no.
But if she's
Yeah.
if she player, if she like I got this going on over here, I got this going on over here.
It's a secret. A
Secret.
secret's a
Yeah.
secret, and it really does depend on like worst case scenario. That is like something that I really need to tell her secret. But if she's telling me not to, she already trusted me. She trusted me to keep that secret, so I'm gonna 100% keep that secret. I
Absolutely.
am.
You just
Now,
brought up
let me
something,
put
Dre. Hold on, Natalie. You just brought up something, Dre. I want to ask you because guys can be like that too. But I'm a person. I tell my guy friends, if you have cheating secrets, and especially if you've made me a mutual friend of your girlfriend, don't bring them to me. I don't want to be in the situation. I don't want to know no info. Keep it all. I don't need your secrets.
yeah, don't tell me nothing.
Yeah, because if you heard it bad enough, I might have to say something. So just keep it over there. We got plenty of friends for you to go share that with.
Yeah, I
Mm.
was gonna say it definitely depends on the degree of secrets. I agree with what Natalie said about if somebody's in danger. Of course, I'm probably gonna let someone know just in case. I mean,
Yeah,
I want
another
you alive.
secret keeper.
there's definitely that. But if you're over here cheating on somebody, especially if I'm friends with that person that you're in the relationship with, why are you telling me this?
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
You know,
Now,
because
that's what I was gonna say. Now, like the only situation where I'd be kind of like compelled to maybe not say exactly that, but like hint is if what if like say two of your mutual friends are dating and like you're good friends with one of them and like or both of them and one of them you find out or one of them tells you something slick that they're doing like cheating. Kind of what would I've never been put in that scenario, but like I don't know what I in that scenario like what do you especially if you know the other one's like a really good person
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
what do you
I'm
do and
here.
like
I'm with Kiani. Like, don't tell me you that's doing. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, because if
None
you
of
tell
my
me you're
business.
not going to get the
Yeah,
advice
don't tell
you
me
need
if it's something that. Yeah, I
to,
agree.
I'm not cool with. You know what I mean?
you're
Or
not
like
going to get
Mhm.
the advice
friends.
you're getting. I'm going to pull you by your shirt and say, look here, mother bleeper. You need to stop. And if you ain't stopping, don't tell me the rest.
Right.
right yeah
yeah, good.
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, what is next? Ooh, this goes back to that other one.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Who
And
wrote
I've
these
seen this, like,
questions?
I'm sure a lot of people have seen this happen, like, with not maybe to them, but like to people they know, like other friends.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of you start to like look at them like, what
what?
you know, like,
Oh, I'm confused.
Like I don't like the way you move.
mhm.
Yeah,
And it
Yeah,
doesn't
Even with
Right. You know, cause and girlfriends be saying like, oh, I like him or ooh, like I that's my crush. You know what I'm saying? And if another friend is like flirting with him, it's just like, girl, like you're I believe like
I'm definitely looking at you sideways.
yeah,
mhm.
I'm side eyeing you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why you doing that? What
Right,
Yeah,
gain from that?
right.
It's
And
like what you were saying earlier. There's so many people in the world. Like,
exactly.
know that I like this
Exactly.
right.
person.
And
You
it,
want to go after them, really?
And it's like
It's
even if another person and say you have a friend group, one of them says they like somebody, if somebody else has like somebody else could have been like them and just never said anything, but once somebody says something out loud, even if you feel the same way, just and they're
It's
your friend, don't do anything about it. Just
well,
you can like them in your head, but don't do anything about it. You know what I'm
don't
saying?
do
Like
too much because now we all looking at you like you're.
right,
It's like it's an insecurity. It's I believe it's an insecurity.
yeah.
You know
I
what
was
I
like,
mean?
like that's a jealous thing too. A little.
hmm
Now this question is telling my age. Honestly, I'm not. I'm gonna just keep it 100
Why you say that?
because like that type of stuff. Like we didn't really deal with like we dealt with it, but if it was somebody doing that to somebody that we liked and they know that we like he's off limits. They're off limits. Period. No matter
Well,
what. No matter if you even if he winked at you and you know he likes you. That's
okay,
just off limits to me.
September, you're
I
not telling
respect
your
my
age.
friends.
September, you're not telling your age. You're just a really good person because I watched my
Yeah.
mom and her friends deal with this, and my mom's older than you.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Damn.
No,
46.
I'm just
and
saying like
especially
we dealt with things differently when it came to crushes
No,
and stuff
no, no,
like
no,
that.
no, no.
Like they were off limits. Like I know she like him.
You
right.
and your friends dealt with it differently, but it was still going on in that time. It's just you had a set of friends that understood that rule because it's almost like when your sibling wasn't thinking about ice cream until you asked about ice cream. You'll have friends that weren't thinking about this dude over here until you mentioned you like it. And another thing we have to stop doing, I told my sister this when we were in high school. She was talking about a rendezvous with some boy, and then she got surprised when the other girl did it too. I said, well, you was telling them how great it was. Why are you telling her how great it was?
It's because she thought she could trust them though. Like
Yeah,
At
Yeah.
17, you know, you can't trust them.
You do have to be careful who you keep in your circle.
You
Absolutely.
do in your circle.
but it's
Mhm.
especially when like the girl whoever the other girl she'd never acted like that towards him
Yeah,
or anybody else until you say something. Now if it was like before, like I mean I still wouldn't like it.
I
But if
Like
you
if
even,
you
said
didn't
anything,
know.
you didn't know, right? If you didn't say
yeah.
anything, but
Yeah.
especially if it's not until after, like
I go so far. I even go into if I see you flirting with somebody and they turn you down, and that person might like me, I still don't want nothing to do with it, even though they turned you down and y'all were never a thing. Because I always think about, well, how do you feel? You were flirting with this person and they turned you
Yeah.
down, and now I'm over there in their face. So even then, some people say, well, they didn't want them. That's not your fault. Some people want to be friends, but they do not understand what that word means.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, it's just about having empathy and caring about your friend at the end of the
Caring about
day.
your friend, like it depends on the level of friendship as well. Like when it comes to like liking guys and stuff like that, like what if you didn't know, like if y'all both liked them at the same time and you didn't know, then I could see that being that. But if you know that she likes this person and that's her crush, no,
Yeah.
you're just not gonna cross that
Everyone has to
line.
deal with, I think, more stronger friends. Because I feel like the stronger friend in the group, everybody just assumes they're always going to be all right because they're the strong one of the group.
Mhm. Care, you think like they just don't care, and yeah, I get that. Social media, emotional.
You can say
You
it.
can read it out loud, September. I was like, why
That's
you want to read to yourself?
that's
You
tough.
can
That's a tough one
Okay.
because I might be this friend. I might be this
Yeah.
friend to where I may seem like
Yeah. And I feel it's always the ones that they, I think not avoid, but they don't like a lot of some friends don't like talking about stuff like that. And I'm
mhm,
on my hand, I'll talk all day about my feelings and how I feel about situation and stuff. But
that's
I have friends
me.
that like don't do that, and it's like you'll
Yeah.
ask a question and they may briefly say something, but they won't really talk about it anymore and go on to act like they're fine. But sometimes I feel like you can kind of know, like if you know that person well, you can kind of
You can
You'll
even
sense
if they
pull it
don't
to the
speak
side.
about
Follow.
it.
Mhm.
If you pay
No, because I do
attention,
this a lot. I do this a lot. Like only because like I don't really like when I always like positivity. I don't really like situations to be negative. So when it comes to like certain situations, like I always try to uplift things and uplift people. But deep down inside, sometimes I might be like really, really going through it. And I never have that type of support because of the face that I show or the feelings that I show out in the open with people. Like this is very emotional for me.
because I
Mhm.
I feel as though sometimes I do tend to be that friend myself as well. And the way that I grew up, I had a best friend for a long time, and we were very, very transparent with one another for a while. But over time, she did get pretty distant, and it was difficult for me to be there for her. Even though I would try to, hang out with her, make plans, things like that, she kind of just distanced herself completely to the point where it was difficult for me to be there for her. I didn't really know what to do exactly. And I ended up having to step away from my own and my own, emotional needs too. And I'm not sure. I think that it really, really depends on whether or not the person is willing to be there for them or not.
Yeah, I'm this friend. Like I'll be like September said, like I'm very uplifting. I'm very like supportive, you know what I mean? And excuse me, and people be like, "Oh, you're okay, Dree." You're like, I mean, like they because I like I know how to like control my emotions. I don't put my business out there like that. So like sometimes I don't be fine, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's butterflies." But my real friends will be like, "No, what's going on, boo?
Let's talk to you. Right.
Good, like what's up, like I know some things just went down, and that's when I believe like you have a really good friends that sense things and know like I need to go support my friend right now because I know that she's being strong, but I know she's hurting inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Ellie, I thought you was gonna say something. I spotlighted you. I thought you were about to say something. My bad.
Like
I was like, she just nodding. I was like, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna say something.
I thought she was gonna say something too. Be honest, but not brutal. Give real advice.
Yes. Yes. Because it
Yeah.
sometimes it gets to a point. It gets to a point sometimes on certain
Yeah.
things that is like, you know, some girls like, I admit I'll be a little delusional sometimes, but I know like I'll be like joking about it and stuff, but I know what it is. I know what it is, but sometimes friends I feel like will drag stuff out for so long and like stay in the same, like I get it, I really do, but like
No, I was sitting
sometimes
next to a group of ladies at Kava. Yeah, no, the one healthy time I eat all week. And one of the girls said, I think this outfit is ugly. Why y'all didn't say nothing? And she said, well, every time we say, tell you your outfit's ugly, you get mad. So when we don't tell you anymore.
Thank
Oh, I'm saying, I'm like, no, I don't think that go with that that skirt, that shirt is not cute because I like to look cute, and I would want you to tell me if something's not cute on me.
exactly.
I'm with you, September. I'm the friend now, and I'm working on this. I'm very direct and very upfront. You know what I mean? So, and some people will be like, "Oh, that's so brutal." You know what I mean? But it's like, well, what did you want me to do? Like, this is who I am. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna be straight up with you. You know what I'm saying? And
I
I'm
don't
not.
want to be
I
that
won't
friend. Yeah,
brag.
to be like,
What you say?
I don't want to be that friend that like didn't tell you that your shirt wasn't cute or
That's
that outfit didn't look right on you, especially if we're going out. Like,
right.
and I know you don't feel comfortable. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
I
tell
want
you. I'm
to
like, no, I don't think that color matches, and you can make your decision from there. If you think that it looks nice, then that's cool. You can wear it. But I'm just telling you what I think. But and
Yeah,
if
I
you my
agree.
friend,
and
it's not.
I think yeah, like if someone doesn't ask and like a friend would just blatantly say, "Oh, that's ugly," like obviously like that would be a little like
a little much.
but if you ask, like if someone asks and they're unsure about it too, like yeah,
Yeah, I
Ellie,
think as long as you're not trying to directly hurt their feelings, maybe if you put yourself in like their mindset or the things that they like, usually, if you incorporate that in what you're saying, it'll be good. But as long as you're not hurting their feelings, as long as you're honest, because I know I like to dress well too when I go out, and if we're gonna
Mhm.
be together, come on now, you gotta dress well.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Let's
We're
balance.
good.
Let's
Now
balance.
Right.
Ellie, Ellie, I got a question for you. What about this? Because I've heard that sometimes other girls will let you look a hot mess because that makes them look better. Is that a thing?
That's definitely the thing for the young girls. But I feel like that's crazy. And if you do that, friend, you're not doing right at
I'm using Ellie to see if I can like fill in the words. I know exactly what she just said, so I'm getting good on this breaking up of the audio. I'm getting very good. I know exactly what you said. What do y'all think about that?
I
Because I
heard the last part.
all. I'm so sorry, y'all.
oh like the if letting people look a mess, girls
Yeah, she
definitely
said that's definitely a thing. She said it's definitely a thing, and if a friend would let you go out like that, that's wrong.
Period.
Basically, yeah, that's wrong, and she's saying that that's
Not a
not her
friend.
code. Her code is we
Friend.
talking about this girl. We're not going out the door looking crack
yeah.
crack.
And if you, especially if you don't try to like help them at all, or like if they have like a piece of their hair in the back is like all crazy and you don't try to help
That's
and you
straight
see
up
it and
step
like
on.
stuff like that is just but
And
I
then I'm always that friend. I'm always that friend. Like when we all get ready to go out, because I know how to do hair and I know how to like style. I be the one fixing everybody's hair. Does that happen to you guys?
Yeah.
I be the
Friend like
one fixing the curls, and I'm like, man, come on now, who gonna fix my curls? And
Everyone has their tasks.
I've
and
Do my outfits, my other friend on hair, my other friend on nails, makeup.
I was gonna go off with this question and kind of go a different like route with this question. Now, what about when it comes to like guys? Because I know like I've had some friends when you give the same advice over and over and over again, like and it's I mean for like a long time, it's talking about don't be brutal and stuff. Sometimes, do y'all think it gets to a point if it's been like years and it's about the same situation or like it gets to a point where you kind of not nice, but it's like you don't have any advice left to give, or it's like you don't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in
yeah.
that situation, would you
I
be
know
a
what you're
little
saying.
more brutal? Like
I
Delusional.
definitely understand what
yeah,
you're
like
saying.
are guys like that? Yeah, like are guys like that when it comes to this type of question? Or you guys are like brutal?
I think he
He's
left for a
quiet
second,
now.
He
but
on
I'm saying
No,
like
I'm here.
it,
No, I'm here. it's not it's not the brutal. It's like it's a lot easier for guys because we always say to each other exactly what we mean. When we say those shoes are dope, those shoes are dope. When we say
Okay.
that shirt ain't hitting, that's exactly what it is. And I wanted to show you. I was getting this clip ready because Family Guy does a really good joke on the stereotypes of what we're just talking about, right? It's always called "Men We Know How to Be Friends." Hold on, I'll play it for you.
Girls! Ugh, come on, Chris. Girls are terrible. They're always backstabbing and giving each other phony compliments.
Oh, wow, you are definitely not afraid of dessert.
You know, I wish I were secure enough to throw on any old thing and call it an outfit.
Come on, you have so much body confidence. I mean, who wouldn't with those strong legs? So muscular. I'm jealous of how thick with strength they are.
Hey, I like your tie. Thanks.
so so that's always the thing. And I've literally seen women do that to each other. It's like, oh my God, that shirt's really next. It hides how big your neck's gotten. And it's like, wait, that's a compliment? Like, what just happened?
Oh, that was all shade. Like that
Hell
was
yeah.
shade at its finest.
Yeah, but that's how the stereotype goes when they talk about, the difference between men and women. We just say, that
I
shirt,
like your ties.
you
That's how
know,
smooth it goes. Like, oh, your tie is nice, and
yeah,
that's
I
it. And
like the
then
tie.
you're
They
next.
just,
Yeah, I feel like men don't think that much into things.
no, it's like, hey, if we're going to hang out and I'm like, yo, your breath stank, and you go fix it. A woman might be like, I got some breath mints. Hey, here's one. And I'm getting like, no, we just gonna tell you your breath stank.
No, I'm gonna tell my friends. See, and that's why I said like I may be like a little bit of the brutal friend because I'm like, girl, it's a little hot. I'm not gonna be like, here's a mint, babe. Like I'm gonna be like, girl,
But I want that friend. I don't want the fourth person I meet at the mall to say, "Ooh," I'm like, "Yeah, my breath was stinking this whole time. And you didn't say nothing."
right. I'm gonna be mad at
That goes back to having somebody look out for you 100
That's
at all
not a
times.
friend. I feel like that's not a
no.
friend if they ain't saying, "Here, girl, look, your breath kicking."
Right. Tell me my stuff stink.
Let's
Let's just go get some gum, or I might pull out the gum. Here you go. Yes, yeah.
let's see if September reads
Pull
this
out
out
the gum
loud
and
or
just
she's gonna
start eating
mumble
some.
this
They
one.
gonna want some.
Let's see if September's gonna read this one out loud or she's gonna mumble this one.
Respect the group chat confidentiality. Okay, what's said in the chat stays in the chat. That's just like Vegas. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good rule I used to always do. If I wanted to know if this person was trustworthy, I'd tell them. So sometimes I'd make it up. I'd say, "Hey, I got a secret," and I'd make up something totally ridiculous. And if it came back to me, I know exactly who told it
Yep.
because they're the only person that knows that fake secret.
You be tricking people.
That's a good way to test people, though.
It is. It
Mhm.
What
really
do that's the rule. What do they always say? You give somebody enough rope to hang themselves.
absolutely.
Exactly. You do right. I don't do that though, but
That's why
I've
you
never
gotta
actually done that before, but I've heard of a couple other people doing it. It usually works. It's crazy.
My rule is you
Right.
never say something out loud to anybody, even if it's secret, if you're scared it's going to get repeated. I will never say something out loud I don't want to get repeated.
Yep.
I
yeah.
don't have a group chat just because women talk a lot. You know, we talk a lot. You know, I don't need my business. I don't because I'm gonna look at you crazy as hell. I'm gonna look at you crazy. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. My freshman, we don't really. Me and my girlfriends, we don't really talk about like, serious like or like stuff we don't really want to get out in the chat anymore. But like, I was my freshman year of college. Like me and my girlfriends, like we all had a group chat, and we would be sending like the most feral stuff in there, and it never really like it was just something that we all kind of knew. Like no one really cared to like it was all our close circle, so it was like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was included in it, and it was just like feral stuff. So it never really left. Like we all could talk about it, and it wasn't like a big deal to like go and, you know.
Dre, I need you to get in that group chat. Like my comment says, I need them receipts. Because some people don't I need the receipts.
I need them.
You need them receipts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're not in the group chat, then you ain't gonna know nothing what's going on in the group chat.
Right.
Why do people
You
text
ain't
stuff
in it.
want people to have like people not understand how text and screenshots work. I don't understand people who text stuff and then
That's
get
messy.
surprised when it gets exposed.
Yeah.
No, it's not messy, September. Sometimes you need to keep them receipts because people be tripping, acting like you crazy.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
what you said wasn't
You know
said.
what's funny though? I feel like I know like a bunch of guys who had like a guys group chat, like the boys, and it seems like none of their stuff ever like they don't have. I've never seen them have problems with that stuff. Like,
Men don't have
Like,
problems like we do.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, yes and
yeah,
no.
because girls are always like
Women talk
like
too
that's why
much.
you gotta
I'm
know
not,
you gotta use your discernment when it comes to
well,
females.
here's
Yes.
the thing.
And know who your friend is and know who's not. And you know who gonna talk, know who gonna
Who's
say
not?
something. You gotta know.
Well,
You ain't even gonna put them in the group because you know they talk.
it's not that guys don't have this issue. There's one big difference in two big differences in guys and girls. One, you might likely get your face punched in with a guy and a guy having an issue. Women don't forget reality TV show. Women don't fight a lot as much as people like to make it. I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch. And when they fight, there's a lot of hair pulling, there's a lot of slapping. Sometimes people get their ass whooped, but with a guy, there's the danger of you getting your shit rocked. That's number one. And then number two, because I remember, and I'll try to keep the story short. I was at work and the ladies were in the break room just having a big old argument. So for some reason, I'm always the guy they want my opinion, right? So I walk in there and they're like, "What do you think, Stevens?" I'm like, What happened?" So I introduced this friend to my friend. They both like football. I don't. Well, next week I found out they're at Buffalo Wild Wings watching football, and nobody told me. That's girl code. You don't hang out with the friend that I introduced you to do without hanging out with me. I said, this is so silly. They're like, why? I said, he said, men don't do it like that. If I don't like football, I don't care that my two dude friends are going to go watch football. But I said, you know what the problem is, Teresa? Sorry to say your name out there. She said, what? I said, you think when them two were out there watching the game together because they both like football, they talking about some stuff you ain't gonna get to hear, and they might be talking about you. And her face kind of paused. I said, that's the problem. That's
Mm.
the problems right there.
Yeah.
Mine gets in the way. You making up scenarios that didn't even happen.
Right.
So I think that's one of the big differences. We kind of just, and
I
then
don't know. That's
we're
kind
always
of
talking about the subject. There's a joke. I can't remember if it was Jeff Foxworthy or who was. He said he comes back from golfing and his wife goes, "How was golf with Ted?" He's like, "It was good." Well, how's he doing? He's doing great. Is he handling the divorce with Bonnie well? I guess. Well, how does she feel about the new girlfriend he's got? I don't know. She's like, "Well, what the hell did you guys talk about?" He's like, "We talked about golf."
Yeah, men are a little.
But
men are different. Like
yeah,
y'all group chat's weak.
yeah, like they not like us. Like we want
They
to know,
definitely
oh,
not.
well, what happened with the divorce? Well, what did she say? Oh, we gotta like we want to know that kind of stuff. You know what
It's not that we don't want to know. We know that when you're ready to talk to me, like I'll ask my guy friend, "Hey, you doing good? What's going on with that?" I don't want to talk about it right now. That means when he's ready to talk about it, he's going to come talk about it. But I'll see women be like, "No, let me know what's going on. I'm here for you." It's like, stop, like back off. Everybody's not always ready to talk at the moment that you want to talk about something. So eventually we get to that conversation, but we just let it happen organically. Unless we see the person like really suffering, then it's like, "Hey man, you need to talk to me. Like, come on now. Let's go." That way it doesn't feel like, but you also know this, Drea, you guys are thinking like how y'all are. Y'all have good intentions. It's not always good intentions. A lot of people want the information because now they get, and as soon as you give it to them, do, 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 do,
I
do.
mean?
Hey, Keziah, I just talked to Drea. Guess what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah, they take run.
This is a big one right here.
This one is a big one.
That is a big.
Hell yeah.
You definitely have to
That's
support your
bad.
friends to big
Oh,
wins. That's cool. Like
And
if you
I've never like experienced any of this kind of stuff.
I'm sorry. Ellie, what you drinking on, Ellie?
water.
I think she's drinking on some tequila, Blanco.
It's gone now.
That's gone.
If y'all saw the way she hit
Hey,
that last little
Amber.
drop, Y'all saw the way she hit that last little drop. She was like, she
Gotta get all of it out.
over there just drinking it up.
So what do you think, Allie, about this question?
um, I think this is very important. Can y'all even hear me?
Yeah,
We
like
can
every
hear you.
third word.
If you get close like that, like you just was.
Okay, y'all can hear me better.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, period. I'm having
Yeah.
okay, but I think this is very important. I feel like if you're a friend and your wins are not the same or wins, like I feel like y'all interconnected. Y'all need to have love wins. Y'all need to take your L's together. I believe this is a very thing you need to do.
This is why I don't have a lot of friends right now because of this shit
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
That ain't why. That's because you
Who you telling? Like
why.
your circle has to be small because not everybody's gonna support you. Not everybody's gonna be happy for you. And especially if you're a genuine person and you're happy for everybody, you gotta definitely discern who your friends are. Not everybody's gonna support you. So
No.
you gotta be
And
able to know who your friends
it,
are.
yeah,
And
and I feel like it's the people who are not necessarily happy with where they are, and they see, even if it's their friend, they see like them getting more successful and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they're like, you can tell they're like happy for you, but you can see the bitterness, like, like,
Yeah.
and sometimes I feel like it's just because those people are not happy, like it has nothing to do with you. It
It
has
has
all
nothing to do with you, is what you're
right.
saying. Like,
It has
it's
all to
just
do with
them in general. Right. Yes. That's
yeah.
definitely 100% true.
And
Like
they
Because
just
people
cut
have
off.
to get to a point where they're happy with themselves to be able to be happy for other people, without being like seeing other people succeed and being bitter about it, especially like your friends. And that's like they have to fix that within themselves and for themselves.
Ellie, do
mhm.
you have
You
AirPods?
can't take it
Strong
personally.
believer in group success and everybody just being in a good place. And for you to be that type of person and try to have other people succeed around you, especially those closer friends, and you getting your wins and everything, they're getting their wins, you're celebrating them, they're not really celebrating you. That's not a friendship whatsoever. If I'm showing up for you, if I'm supporting you, if I'm hyping you up, and you're not doing the same thing for me,
It's a
And being,
mutual thing.
and being around people like that are succeeding should like help maybe motivate you more to like them more to do, maybe more for themselves, and like they should be supporting, like Keone said, they should be supporting you too, and that should like motivate you to like kick it up a notch if you need
Have
to.
you guys ever had, or do you have the one upper friend?
Yes.
What's the one upper
One
friend?
upper friend,
Like when
like the
they try to
friend
do
that
better
tries
than
to
you,
help
like
you.
out to you.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, this guy I'm talking to just got me a trip to Jamaica. Oh my
Yeah.
God, the guy I'm talking to just got me a trip to Hawaii. Like, can you revel in my happiness for 2 seconds?
Right.
yes,
Like,
One
yeah.
up.
Literally.
I don't have those kind of friends.
I was about to say I have
it's
not
like
been
I've
with those type
just
of
had to cut
people.
off one of those.
it's
Yeah,
like they
I
try to
know some
compete with
people
you.
Hold on. Wait,
yeah.
wait,
Like
wait,
just that,
wait,
like
wait,
recent.
wait.
yeah, like just like I'm talking about a week ago.
Oh wow.
Oh my God,
Mm.
that's what Ellie sounds like. Yeah, AirPods are working, Ellie. Let's do AirPods. We can hear
AirPods.
it now.
Period.
It's so clear.
AirPods is clear.
Yeah, you see
Next one
Yeah,
is respect and boundaries. Here we go. Never
Yeah.
get your friend for a new relationship. Balance is key. Don't ghost your girls.
Don't.
Yes.
yeah.
No, because you're gonna need that girl when that relationship.
and that's
Yep.
I've seen a lot of my friends in college get into relationships, and like I've been in two, but I've always like balanced it. I still like hung out with my friends and like, not just all about the other person. And I always made sure to do that because I
That's
know,
not true. You used to go
it
eat
doesn't,
lunch a lot more when you're not dating.
I am not seeing anyone right now.
Okay, so
Chilling.
we're going to brunch on Friday?
I'm not home. I mean, I'm not in Raleigh. I'm at
The
home.
last time I asked her, let's go eat, you know what she did? I heard a loud bang, and she said, oh, I just dropped the hammer on my foot. I got to go to the hospital. I was like, oh,
Come on now, Natalie.
Mm-mm. I be doing homework all the time,
I'm just
but
kidding. Natalie loves me. I'm just kidding.
I do. Anyways, I forgot. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, anyways, I've been in 2 relationships. Those didn't work out, but, I knew when I was in them, like, I still wanted to hang out with my friends, like, I still wanted to, and, like, you have to, like, kinda maintain them while you're in a relationship, and I've seen a lot of my friends in college, like, get into relationships, and some of it they're still together, but it's, like, over time, like I don't wanna say too much as someone ever said I don't care, actually. One of my best friend, she and I still love her to death, but she is, like, always with her boyfriend, and, like, they're probably gonna get married. They've been together, like, the whole time at college, and, like, I understand that, but I've, like, talked to her, like, sometimes, "Hey, like, I feel like we haven't hung out in, like, literally forever," and, like, every time I would ask him to do something, it's like, "Oh, I'm with my boyfriend, I'm doing something with my boyfriend," but it's never like, "Oh, but we can do something this day." It's always just like, "Oh, no, I can't, I'm with my boyfriend." Never, like, trying to make up for it, and I'm like, "Well, I'm trying here I am trying," and, like, I keep trying because I care about you, and it's like but then it starts to turn that kinda starts to turn into, like, if nothing changes, it starts to kinda turn into not I don't wanna say anger, but it's like, it gets to a point when it's been a long time where it's like, well, if you I don't like and I don't wanna say it, like, but if you break up, don't come back to run into me when I tried to, like and it's not actually like that, but that's how it feels, you know?
Something similar happened to me, and I was basically going to say that exact same thing because I recently ended a friendship as well. We were together for about 13 years, I'd say. So I met this girl when we were literally children, when we grew up together. And so we were friends for all this time, and she had been in relationships throughout the friendship, of course. But I don't know if it's because we are like adults now and it's time for us to start like settling down and getting married or what. But the recent relationship that she's been in, all of a sudden she's been MIA. And I was still trying to show up and, "Hey, girl, let's hang out, let's do Blackie, let's go to Charlotte or something like that. And it never happened. So when it got to a point where I was going to Charlotte by myself or with other people, then she wanted to be like, "Oh, I feel left out," or "Oh, I don't feel like we've been seeing each other." What do you mean?
It's like you've been trying.
Like, I'm trying. So that was one of the biggest reasons as to why we fell out in the end. And I don't know, I do think that balance is definitely key. And you can only do so much before it's just like, okay, do you even want to be anymore or what's going on? So yeah,
I
I don't
just
think
know,
your friend
a lot of women just don't really know how to do that. You know what I mean? And I just choose not to associate myself with those kind of women because I believe I'm a good balancer and I love to have friends. I love to have friends. I love to have a boyfriend, you know what I mean? But I also like that's what I'm like I love to hang out with my man and then go hang out with my friends, you know what I mean? So a lot of women just I believe it's something that is kind of like taught maybe too. Like you got to learn how to balance your life in general. I mean, and you
Mhm.
need friends. You know what I'm saying? You do need because I'm sure the guys they keep their friends. You know,
Ooh. Well, here I was gonna say
They
what.
definitely do keep their friends,
What
guys
no,
too.
no, 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 no. I
Are we
think
wrong on that?
this is a this is a thing that happens to both of us. Sometimes women date men and men date women who make them alienate themselves from their friends. Sometimes that happens. And I'm always saying if your significant other has a problem with like every single friend you hang out and they only want you to hang out with them all the time, it's a red flag.
yeah,
that
that's
Yeah,
I,
that's a friend that's just like they don't want to share you. Like
Yeah.
I really feel like a friend will understand when you are pursuing a relationship, and your person should understand that you have a friend.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of
either
those,
way it go, like it
I
shouldn't
have
be.
friends. I
some of
have
those
friends before I
people,
met you. So why should I cut them
yeah. Life
Yeah,
doesn't stop when you enter my life. Like,
off?
especially if it's a long time friend, like I was,
yeah,
like don't we supposed to have boyfriends and significant others and stuff like that? Like
Right,
it's gonna be times where you're gonna be with your significant other more than you're gonna be with your friend.
Friend.
right.
but some of them don't. Like I had a girl that I was talking to, and she didn't like my best friend. I'm like, well, we've been best friends for 16 years. I've known you for 7 months. So who do you think's gonna win that battle?
Oh
oh,
yeah.
And
yeah,
then we used to play football every Sunday at this park, and there was one of the guys. He was missing for like a month, and then when he came and played, the wives would sit down on the little lawn chairs and talk or whatever. And we were like, "Where you been?" He was like, "Oh, my wife just didn't. She didn't want me to come out the last couple of Sundays. She wanted me to stay home." I was like, "Well, oh, we all like they were doing something." No, we were just at the house. So my wife's looking at it like, well, why you didn't want him to come out? Well, I just felt that he was, playing football too much. I was like, would you rather him go to the strip club? He's exercising like it's Sunday. Like,
Right. It's
you hate that he's being happy? Like, well, I don't get it.
Yeah.
right. And those relations, that's just like controlling. And I do feel bad for people who are like
That's
in that
very
situation,
controlling.
you know?
Yeah.
But the people who choose that to like, not, I don't want to say ice out completely, but like the people who choose to kind of distance themselves a lot from their friends and don't try it all on their own, that's the type of thing that like I just, and it's, like I get it, like prioritizing a relationship and stuff, but and it's kind of hard, especially like when a lot of your friends are kind of at different places, I'm realizing that in college too, like a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
are in different places, and that's okay, but it's all about balance, and if you care enough you would, so it's sometimes
You
like
would.
just
Especially when
That's how
times
me
get
and my
hard.
best friend is. She lives out of town, and I live out of town as well. But we both know that we have lives, and we know that we deal with each other when we talk to each other. Oh, it's girl time and it's girl talk. Girl, I need to tell you this, and then we catch
yeah,
up. Like we
right,
catch up, and it's no hard feelings after that.
right,
I think I
yeah,
told you guys in an episode. Remember I told you me and my wife when we were married, we'd split up the holidays. I think some of y'all were
Yes,
on that one. Yeah, like so the ones who weren't, like, we split up the holidays in a year. The family ones we were together, Valentine's Day, anniversary, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of that. But what was like
that's
July
thoughtful
4th?
though.
It was like July 4th, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day. She went with the girls. I went with my fellas. It's like you split it up. So this is what we're
Give
gonna
them
do for the
space.
amount of time. We're gonna do rapid fire. I'm gonna pick two of you, and you're gonna give your quick comments on the ones that we have left. So let's go with people who are of age first. So we're gonna go September. If she's drunk, you take care of her. No friend gets left behind at the club.
No friend gets left behind at the club. We came together, we stick together. I tell my girls that all the time. You go with them, you leave with them. If they leave you, they're not your friend. I'm not leaving my friend, especially if she's drunk. And you better not leave me. And I find out, oh, we're not friends no more.
Mm-mm.
All right, Dree.
Yeah. The
Don't let
only
her go back to someone who hurt her. Tough love is sometimes necessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, like earlier with the Bruto stuff. I'm gonna tell don't go. Why would you go back to that same situation when he beat you up or when he, like no. I'm keeping it 100 with my friend. Girl, he whooped your ass. Why would you go back over there? He like
Uh,
it's just I'm not gonna enable you to go over there. No. Mm-mm.
all right, Kazaya. If you borrow, return it in better condition, whether it's clothes, money, or a car.
Yes, 100%. If I gave it to you a certain way, I want it back a certain way, which is the way I gave it to you, please. Thank
You
you.
better.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
You better.
If
I'm
it's tampered with, if something's missing, if something is chipped, fix it. Then give it back to me. I'll wait. Yeah.
I
That's
see Zakiya doing that. Yeah, I do. I see her. I
Oh,
see
let me
her.
say something real quick. Let me say something real quick.
good.
I let somebody borrow my like, boots. I only wear these boots one time, and I don't care what if they see it. I don't care. They lost the top part of the boot. That was in November. It is March. I haven't got my replacement.
mm,
Okay. So you know how I feel.
yeah, that's when I would be asking for the money that I spent
I
Right.
so I could give it
like
to
where when you gonna show up? Like, but
you.
that's how
Yeah,
you know. That's why I say I don't really have too many friends anymore because it's like you want to borrow some shit and you want to mess up and you still don't want to like pay for it. It's been
exactly. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I
It's
know.
so funny. It was on TikTok. This girl was like, "Mom, but," she was like, "What?" She's like, "Mom, I need to borrow your bag." She's like, "Okay." And your shoes. You know what shoes I'm talking about. She's like, "Okay." And your watch and that bracelet and them earrings. And I was like,
It was her daughter. It was her daughter or her mom.
you know, the daughter wanted to borrow because it's one of those things where her mama wears fly stuff. So she was like, I'm finna go out. Can I borrow them shoes? She was like, fine. And then she had that little look on her face and them earrings. Oh,
Kept going.
she just kept going.
That
All
sound
right.
like me and my mom.
I was gonna give this one to Natalie, but she already told on herself that she gonna tell everything. So let's go to back to Dree, then I'm gonna go to Natalie, and then I'm gonna go to September and Keziah. Always give heads up about drama. If something involves her, she should hear it from you.
Yeah, this literally just happened. Like,
Oh no.
tried to call me and be like, yeah, talk to me, talk shit about one of my really like close friends. And I was like, okay, what we're not going to do is you're not going to call me and talk about me because I'm 100. So when we get off this phone, I'm about to call her and tell her what you just said. She was like, well, I didn't no, because what you just said I didn't like. So I'm about to call her right now and I'm about to tell her what you just said. And if you don't like me after this, I don't care. Because I don't appreciate, like, me and her are cool.
Mhm.
Why do you even feel comfortable calling me thinking that you about to talk shit? No. Nope.
That's a catch 22 for you because when it comes out, well, I told Dree, and it's like, well, Dree, you ain't say nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I called my friend immediately. Girl, do you know what just said? She just said that, and she was like, not that. And the person lives with her.
Oh, oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's
That's
the.
awkward.
You know the best remedy for he said she said because this is what always happens. I always just say stop, get the triangle in the room because the person who gets the most upset is usually the one who's lying.
Yeah.
It's always the one that goes I ain't about this drama. No, you just want us to stop this conversation.
Yep.
You've been caught.
Period. I'm telling on you.
All right, Natalie, never compete, always elevate. There's room for
Yes.
everyone at the top.
This goes back to the bitterness and like when your friends are leveling up and stuff and being bitter about it. Like, everybody, if you're friends with somebody, all your friends should be supportive of you, and you should be supportive of them, uplifting each other, being excited for one another. And you should, if you see someone else being successful, that's your friend. You shouldn't be bitter. You should be happy, and that should motivate you to do better.
Oh, I like it. Keziah, stand by your friend's side during a breakup. Support her healing, not his redemption.
Yeah, I agree with that because I feel as though if you broke up, it was probably for a reason. It ended. It shouldn't be continuing on after that. Now, I understand breaking up, taking space, working on yourself, and then getting back together. But overall, that's none of my business. I don't know what was happening in your relationship when it comes to all of that. I'll support you during the healing process and everything. I don't think that I would want to encourage my friend and be like, "Oh, go and be with him again," or "Oh, keep talking to him." Like, what? No, you need to take your distance, focus on yourself, and you'll be okay.
Hey, sometimes when they go back, I'm be like, dang, is it that good?
I think
Yeah,
that you're going back.
it's like what it is and who it
If
is.
it wasn't like a bad,
Your
if it
word.
wasn't like a bad relationship, and you really both of y'all take time, and like
Yeah.
happens like a year later, I don't think that's like.
I mean, that's all fine, man, and good advice, but we all know that sometimes it hits so good it make stupid decisions. I'm just
That's
saying.
true, but that's why you gotta work on yourself and make sure that you're mentally like in the right place.
Yeah.
Okay, you can work on yourself all you want, but it ain't never make you go, ooh. All right. September. Respect her time and energy. Don't cancel plans last minute or take her for granted and then post it on Instagram, Dree.
It really depends. I'm gonna first and foremost respect her time and her energy. If I have to cancel plans and it's a dire need for me to cancel, in this last minute, I'm gonna ask her for her forgiveness. Like I really didn't mean it because I'm a genuine person like that. Um, I will respect. I'm gonna respect her time and energy and just keep it real, keep it 100. Keep it 100. Like I can't make it, friend.
I
I
think this
can't.
one
Like,
needs to be
but
caveat.
9 times out of 10, I'm making it. But if I really can't, it's gonna have to be a desperate need to where I have to cancel my plans.
I think what you said is normal. I think this one should be caveated to don't cancel plans last minute and we find out it was for some BS. Like you canceled plans with
Yeah.
me, but now that I decided to go out anyway, and I run into you and you at
No,
the club at the bar with somebody else or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
whatever
like just be
happened.
honest. Like just be
that's
honest at
messy.
that point.
And
I'm
then the
not
second part of that is why did we have the plans? Like if September's going through something and I say, hey, well, let's go out and do this and you're healing and then I cancel it, that's not helping your healing.
no.
No.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Awesome. All right, guys, it was a fun episode. I was the pseudo host today.
Yeah.
Any last bit of advice on keeping girl codes before we sign off today?
Just be true to yourself.
Exactly.
And be
Authentic.
honest with your friends. Be honest about how you feel about things without being
Ex-
making it a big deal if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think communication is key. If you ever have an issue, just talk it out, hug it out, do whatever you need to do. But don't let it fester because then it turns into resentment.
Yes.
I say pray about everything, and everything is gonna be all right.
Amen.
And never throw a drink on Dre, ever. If you value how your face looks. And Natalie, I really want you to decide if you're going to use your sophisticated voice or your country voice because you bounce back and forth. I never know which
I
one.
love it.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have an accent, but I do. But like I don't know. I don't hear it all the time. But sometimes I can hear. I don't know. I don't do it on purpose.
Sometimes when you get really passionate, that country comes out of you.
Oh god,
Yeah, that country comes out of you. So you
I'm
know
back
a
in
lot.
the country right now. Back at home. Maybe it comes out here.
And I think the biggest one, I think this should be an unwritten girl code because I see it way too much. If a man is causing a wedge between you and another woman, whether you're friends or not, can y'all stop fighting each other and whoop his ass?
That
Okay.
Tag team.
That part.
I'm a strong believer in that. Yes.
I'm tired of seeing women
Yeah,
fight
nah,
each
that shouldn't
other.
happen either.
It's
Mm-mm.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, great time tonight. What are we talking about next show? Let's tell the people next show, which is on the 27th. We will be talking about women in music. Who's your Mount Rushmore? We about to argue over some music, and we're gonna do
Ooh.
something you guys did uh, with video games on Tuesday. We're gonna make a tournament. So what I want is you ladies between now and the 27th that are gonna be on the show. Tell me who your top female artists are. We're gonna put them on a tournament style, and y'all have to pick who advances in the tournament. So we pick our queen from Pretty Smart. All right?
So
Oh, how
does it matter? Does it matter what type of music?
No, it's just
Or it
women.
don't matter?
No,
Just top.
no, it's just. I think it says. Nope, just women in music. And if you're not going to be on the show that day, chime in the chat because the chat votes will count too.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great night. Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye, girls. Nice to see you.